Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Hewer, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about struggling to achieve your goals. Maybe your comfort zone is the reason. So, we all want more out of life, right? We all have high aspirations, but sometimes it can be hard to turn those dreams and goals into reality. I know a lot of us struggle. That's the truth. The truth is that many of us struggle to reach our goals. And most of the time, the reason is actually our apprehension to step outside of our comfort zone. Nothing ever happens in our comfort zone. It's true. Seriously. It's the place that keeps us in the someday mode of pushing our goals to the side until the time is right for another day, or when you have more skills, or when you have more money, or when you have more time. But you know what? Someday never happens. Eventually, the life you dreamed of becomes a memory, or I wish I would have thought. You talk to anybody who's elderly and ask them what advice they would give you about life, and I think almost every one of them would say, just do it. Just if you want to do something, do it. Don't put it off. I've heard that over and over and over again, and it's so true. And we end up in our 70s and 80s and 90s thinking, I wish I would have done that, right? So our fear of trying something different or putting ourselves out there and going for it keeps us from taking action. We let the comfort zone keep us safe. But the thing is, our comfort zone keeps us paralyzed from attempting to go after our dreams and desires. So you might have goals and dreams, but you're afraid of the what ifs, that might happen when you do try. Instead, it's safer to stay where you're comfortable instead of getting hurt or humiliated by attempting your goal. Seriously, we do that. We all do. It's like, well, I don't want to be humiliated. I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to get hurt. What if I fail, right? All of those things, it's safer to just stay where you're comfortable than to deal with all of those things. But it's those things that's going to get you to your goals, right? So maybe you're afraid of speaking to a large group of people, and so you don't go after that next level in your career, even though that's what you want, because you have to stand on stage and talk. Or so you keep to yourself and you stay in your current position instead, where you're comfortable. Maybe you're afraid of doing Facebook Lives, even though you know that it's the one thing that will most help you build your business on social media. Hi, Anitra. Funny you came in right when I was talking about you. No, I'm just kidding. There's so many people that are afraid of doing Facebook Lives. And so even though on social media, you have to stand out, and those lives are what's going to help you stand out. Or maybe you're afraid of talking to people about your business and offering them, like, for instance, an Avon brochure and getting their contact information so you can follow up before you place your order. Or maybe you don't go after your desire to start your own business because you're afraid of failing. So instead, you stay in a job that you hate. Maybe you don't try new adventures because you have an aversion to meeting new people and looking foolish. So you stay at home in your comfort zone. You keep telling yourself that you will do it, but that day never comes. And then you wonder why you're not successful in your Avon business, or you wonder why you're not getting that promotion at work. Are you wondering why you're still where you were 5 years ago, or even last year, right? You're still sitting where you were last year. You haven't grown. So some of the reasons that you might stay in your comfort zone might be because you're afraid of the unknown. It's uncertainty. You're afraid of what would happen if I try it, right? Anxiety over change. None of us like change, but change is what gets you outside your comfort zone. Change is what makes things better. But I know there's a lot of anxiety that comes with it. Maybe you have a negative mindset or a pessimistic outlook. Maybe you have a low self-esteem and you think, oh, I can never do it, or nothing good ever happens to me. Maybe you have a lack of clarity and focus, or you have that fear of failing, or you know what? A lot of times it's that fear of succeeding, and it feels like it's a fear of failure. Because if you're successful, then what? Then you're going to have to act like you're successful. You're going to have to do things differently, right? But no matter what it looks like, your comfort zone is keeping you trapped. Comfort feels all cozy and warm when you're in it. but it's also a double-edged sword. A sword. Can't talk today. It's a double-edged sword. So if you stay in your comfort zone too long, then you start to get bored and lazy and content. You stop advancing professionally. You don't grow and you don't develop personally. You keep doing things the same way, right? You eat the same way. You live in the same place. You drive the same kind of car. You associate with the same people. And your comfort zone lets you willingly pass up important opportunities. That's really important, you guys. It's those important opportunities that you're passing up because your comfort zone is holding you back. So because of this, you could lose touch with your relationships. Sometimes your health could begin to have serious problems because you're not stepping up and doing what you need to do to make your health better. You could end up living a life of mediocrity. And then you're just primed to be another walking, talking zombie, right? Just another spoke on the wheel with no meaning other than maintaining the status quo. And then you're 70 or 80 or 90 years old and you're like, I wish I would have done something. I wish I would have stepped up. Don't let it be that. Your unwillingness to take action and step out of your comfort zone for whatever reason directly impacts your goals. If you're afraid to take that next step, you'll never do it. It won't happen, right? And you'll stay right where you're at. If you worry about what will happen if you go for your goal, so you end up not going for it, you won't ever reach it. That goal will just be something up here that's always going to be out of reach because you can't get out of your comfort zone to reach for it. And when you see yourself struggling to achieve your goals, most of the time, it's because you're stuck in your comfort zone. Most of the time, it's about fear. It's about you're afraid of change. You're afraid of doing things differently and being someone different. Let me see. I got Anitra's talking to me here. She says, that's me, Facebook Lives, LOL. Yeah. I think I just don't know where to start or talk about on a live. Just pick something. You could start with a product. You could start with a product and talk about a product. But anyway, you know what? Don't forget, every day we look up to people who have pushed themselves massively out of their comfort zones. Actors, athletes, performers, people who we view as successful. They didn't just wake up one day and have skills. They worked hard. They pushed themselves and they probably spent more than a few hours every day outside of their comfort zone. They spent plenty of time feeling uncomfortable. The unknown is a magical place where dreams come true and life happens. Your comfort zone is a predictable place where dreams die and life stalls. It's pretty simple when you think about it. Stay within your comfort zone and keep hoping and wishing and dreaming for a better life, or step into the unknown and create that version of how you want your life to look. Wouldn't that be better? Create that version of how you want to look, what you want your life to look like. I'm rooting for you. I can't wait to see what your life is going to look like. I can't wait to see what you do with it. So I guess that's it. So now I'd love to hear from you. Are you afraid of discomfort? Have you stepped out of your comfort zone? I would love to hear. So please get down in the comments and share with us below. I would love to hear your stories. Thanks, Anitra, for being live with me today, and anyone else who might be live who just didn't comment, and anyone who's watching my replays. I appreciate you. Have a great day, and do something today to get out of your comfort zone. Bye-bye.